Hello and welcome to my studio. This is Dee from Dee's Fine Art, and today I'm going to be working on this painting right here. So I made this kind of circular wave-like shape and I did not like it. So I'm going to instead maybe cover the whole canvas with molding paste and see if I like that any better. So to do this, I will need a palette knife and molding paste. This is Liquitex Professional molding paste in a 32 fluid ounce. This was made with a combination of golden molding paste, but I only had a small, I think like an 8 ounce, and I finished it. So now I've switched to the Liquitex. They're both professional grade, so that's fine. Anyway, here we go. The direction that you use while applying paint or molding paste makes a difference in how it looks. So like I could go this way, but then it would look like this part is going that way. I don't know exactly how that works, since you'd think that both sides, both directions should be the same, but they're not. So sometimes I'll just apply it like this for ease, and then I'll have to shape it the other way. I'm doing right now. All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna start putting on the outside here as well. Maybe I'll like flip this over to make it easier for myself to go the other way. Sort of messed that up, so I'm gonna have to do this to make it look more natural, like the rest. One of the nice things I think about making art is that it helps you to learn to let go of certain things, like perfectionism. Because there is no such thing as perfect in art. There is, or rather, whatever you make is perfect in a sense, because it's just like the flaws add to it rather than subtract from it. So it's not math where you have to get the answer right. You just do what you feel like, and whatever that is right. I wonder how much you can see of this. Hope you can see enough. Yeah, never mind my crazy hair today. Ever since I cut it really short, I've been embracing the curls a lot. And that means there are a lot of crazy hair days where the curls just don't want to cooperate. One thing I don't like about easels is that they cover up a little piece of the canvas so that they can hold the canvas properly in place so it doesn't move. But that means you end up with these spaces that are not covered with anything, and then you have to figure out a way to cover them after the fact. Like for example, let's say if I had mixed colors for this and I don't know, there was a gradient of colors here, they would stop where this thing is, and then I would have to figure out a way to get the gradient correct and mix the colors again to cover that piece in a way that looks like it fits within the painting. I don't want too much of this kind of gravitational little pieces that go like this, so I want to keep that limited. Probably going to end up using most of this to cover the entire canvas. Because this is just one layer, I'm aiming to add another to give it more depth. Like I did here. These are 2 layers on top of each other for the ones that were dry already. And I'm sort of bored of this shape, so I'm thinking of like branching out here, but I'll get to that in a bit. I'll make my decision then when I get to it. Molding paste dries pretty hard, so I don't really want it to stick to my easel. So you'll find me going in and trying to smear it off. I will just try not to get close to there from now on. This painting is actually supposed to be horizontal, not vertical like I have it right now. But the reason I have it vertical is because I wanted to do this while it was laying flat. So some of the start, I had this laying flat, which this easel is really nice. Like it'll go all the way back to make like a flat, nice table, which I think is perfect. That's why I love this easel so much. It took me years before I bought like this proper easel. Before I was just using this little small easel on like a table easel. But once I got this, I was like, wow, I was missing out. It's a lot more expensive to get one of these. I mean, table easel cost me probably like 50 bucks, and this costs $2.50 or something. But if you're planning to paint a lot, I think this is well worth it, especially if you want to do larger paintings, because my table easel really struggled with anything large. I mean, I have used it to do something this size before, but it was a bit of a nightmare. Like, it was difficult. The washing machine going, so you may hear that in the background. I apologize if you do. Hope you don't, but you might. pretty good so far. So the way I like to figure out what one of my paintings looks like, because when you're really close to it, it's hard to tell, is either move back or take a picture of it and then look at it on the phone. Of course, a lot of the time the pictures on the phones don't do it justice, so that can also be challenging. If it's like a colorful painting and the colors don't come out really nice, then it's better to just step back. But it can really help with things like proportions. So like if I'm doing, I don't know, a picture of a person or a landscape, it can really help with proportions to just step back and look at it from further away. My washing machine has gone more quiet, which is nice. The one thing I don't love about molding paste is that it tends to dry like lower. So like if you can look at this, you'll find that there are like all the new spots look sort of higher than the old stuff. But in reality, the old stuff looked like that too before it dried. So this will probably end up looking a lot like this, which is too bad because I like this look a lot better. But oh well. You work with the materials you've got, so it doesn't quite do what you want. Either try something else, try a different brand or a different item altogether. All right, that's my washing machine complaining, so I gotta go take care of that. Okay, back to work. My cat. Nope, 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 no baby girl, no. This is Pointy, who's complaining. She wants me to pet her, or she wants some attention. Yes, baby girl. What's up? Hands are busy right now. Oh geez, she's rubbing up against the tripod, so if the camera falls, you know what happened. Hey baby girl. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I keep dropping stuff on my floors, so that's not good, but I've sort of given up on this room. Like the walls and the floors and everything is just covered in paint, and I think I just have to be okay with that, because if I'm not, then you know I can't paint at home. I would need like a real studio. And this is a lot better, I think. All right, so now I'm trying to decide whether to go this way with like split the wave, or it's not really a wave, but you know, split it into like going this way a bit, or just keep going with the circle. Yeah, I'm gonna split it because I think it'll be a little boring if it's just a circle. So that'll be a little challenging in this area because that's where I'll have to do several different directions like this. So some of it is going this way, some of it is going this way, and some of it is going this way. But it's a lot easier to do this while it's wet. So, you know, once this dries, it'll be really difficult to do a split like this. So, like you can see here, I tried to cover up this section where the molding paste is going this way. It did not go so well. So, I'm glad I'm doing this now all together. Molding paste is just so amazing. I love it. It dries like not as quickly as acrylic paints because I'm putting on thick layers. I suppose if I put on acrylic paint this thick, it might also take this long to dry. But it just creates this amazing texture, and I love that. I love texture in general in my paintings. Yes, honey. What's up, baby girl? Meow. So sometimes when she meows, I meow back at her. She is fairly difficult to understand sometimes because she will do things like this where she will just randomly complain or, you know, make these sounds that sound like whining, and then sometimes you don't know what to do for her. Sometimes she's bored, so she does this when she's bored, and then I'll take out the laser. She loves the laser. She'll follow it around for a little bit, and then she'll stop following it. So, you know, I'm like, okay, she's done playing, but then she continues to whine. So it can be difficult to read her desires. Okay, the rest of this will be difficult to do in this orientation, so I'm gonna lay this flat and try to continue that way. This can be a challenge because this easel is a little strange, or rather I'm just not very used to it, so I don't know what all the knobs do yet. And there we go. I think it's this one. Okay, I found it. There we go. Awesome. Whoa, kitty cat's upset or scared. Both of them. Not sure if you can see them there. Here we go. Kitties, please stop. Go again with getting molding paste on here, which means I just need to figure out a way to make this larger. Anyway, let me finish the main parts first, and then I'll do that. same problem over here where I had the direction this way with the molding paste, but it's dry now, so it's going to be a little difficult to make it look natural there. A little too much in that one section, so kind of just trying to spread it out a little. So molding paste, like acrylic paint, dries sort of matte, unless you, I guess, for acrylic paint you can add a gloss medium to it to make it not dry so matte. But yeah, it does that. So for me, while I'm painting, like while I'm doing this, I can see the difference. So it's hard for me to like visualize it once it's all dry. Because you know some parts of it are matte and some parts of it are a little more shiny because they're still wet. All right, so now we've gotten to the trickier spots because this is going to be quite difficult to reach. Okay, I need to figure that out before I can continue. So I'm going to pause.